What's going on, folks? Hey, it's Brian, and we're doing an update because we got a lot of crazy crap going on here on the bench, and we're going to update you all on most of it. So, first off, we are getting ready to go out into the spray booth here in a few minutes to do the red stripes on our Polar Plus build. Now, this is the Hot Wheel we're replicating, and this was the inspiration for our Christmas build that we're going to be hosting, me and Trevor, over at Mooger's Models. We are going to be starting that on Christmas Day. Now, it has been pointed out to me, this is almost done. Why would you want to host a group build with something that you're almost done with? Well, that's because it's my group build and I want to do what I want to. No, actually, that's not true. The inspiration came late in the game and while building this project, so we decided to go ahead and finish this one, and I will do something different for that group build. And there will be more information coming shortly, probably this week. We'll be talking to Trevor here pretty soon and talking about some more details and stuff. All right, cool. So we're going to be painting the red stripes on this guy here pretty soon. Going to give it a little bit of a buffing to take down some of the sheen on that yellow, and then hit it with a little bit of our friend here X7 from Tamiya, and hopefully that works well. And we're moving into the territory of unchartedness because I haven't done paint jobs of this complicated nature before. So there is a sphincter factor of 5 going on right now. I tell you what. All right, moving on to other business. So our club is doing kind of like an all build type of thing. We have these kits here, and it's 6+, and I'm very much +6, but I'm actually multiples of 6. So, yeah, these guys are molded in yellow, just like what this kid's playing with here on the side there. It is not a bad color yellow. This is more of a snot green color on the box here, but the actual car that we're working with, we decided to paint it white, and not just white, we wanted a pearl white, so that's looking real spiffy. Nicely molded body. Just had to take care of a few little panel lines here and there, some mold lines. A couple of stubborn ones up in front here that are still ghosting me a little bit. But we wanted to do this one in pearl white because we're going to do this decal package on it here for this particular car. That is super slick, man. Speaking of slick, we got it from Slick's Decals. Now here's the rub. I thought I was clicking on and buying the one for the black car or the dark blue car. I can't remember which one it was, but Mr. Clicky Finger here got a little too excited and clicked on the one for the white car. So I was a little dejected about that when I got the decals, because I was like, I don't want to paint it white. Painting a yellow molded car white wasn't something I was relishing the idea of. But hey, it's looking good. Can't argue the results. We still left our little yellow patch inside the car there of what the original color was supposed to be, but we're looking good, and I'm kind of getting stoked about doing these decals. So there's that, and then let's get this out of the way. So next up on the agenda is our NASCAR build for my Aunt Janice. She had moved up to the mountains of California, and she's up there. She's loving it up there. She loves the peace and quiet, but it is very, very far removed from her children and also the rest of her family. So, and it's also nowhere near us because we're not in California, but it is hard to get up there just to visit her. So I thought, we have this in the stash. Let's go ahead and build this for her, and we're probably going to have to mail it to her. So hopefully it shows up in at least one piece, but we're hoping that this might help cheer her up a little bit. We started this earlier in the year, back before summer hit, and we had a horrible paint fiasco with this guy here because we had done a very thin layer of primer and then a thick layer of paint over the top of the primer, which ate right through the primer and attacked the plastic. So we sanded this all down this weekend. We still have some oopsie areas here and there, but it's not as bad as it was. And I think if there's a motto for my channel, it's not as bad as it was. So we did do another layer of paint on here. This is just the first coat of blue on there. It's looking really good. And I'm kind of glad we redid this because we did a gray primer with this blue color over the top of it. I wasn't digging the color shade. It was just a little too dark. So we did the primer again, the gray primer, and then we did a couple of coats of white primer on top of that. And that helped bring the color, brighten the color up a little bit more. So I'm liking it. It's looking a little better, a little bit closer to the box art. So let me get my hand out of the way. A little bit better than the box art, a little bit better of a match for that. So I'm actually really happy about that. And we want to do one more pass of blue on there and then get on to the decaling. And we've done quite a bit with the roll cage. We've actually, let's take a peek here. We've actually fully built the roll cage like that. So that's looking pretty good. That'll be easier to paint and everything like that. So I'm really hoping that goes well. And it's been multiple decades since I've done one of these. So it's been a while. I'm trying to remember all the tricks that I had developed back then to no avail. But we're making it up again as we go, and we don't seem to be doing too bad. And that brings us to this guy. It's a Mitsubishi Colt Galant GTO MR series. And Mrs. BG got this for us last Christmas, and we love it. We love the kit because we love her. And I decided I needed to start this kit, so we did. We started it over the weekend, and we decided to paint it orange, even though it is molded in orange. But the color orange it's molded in is pretty much like Gatorade bottle cap orange. So we did a gray primer and then a white primer on top of that again, and then did the, this is just a first pass of orange. So we're going to do another light wet sanding and then do another pass of orange because we're a little thin in panel lines and stuff like that. So we're a little thin in those areas there, but we're really loving the color shade, even though it's a little bit warmer than we see in the box art. I don't mind. I still like it a lot. So we're going to do one more pass of orange on there and then get on to decaling the body. We did have a little bit of an issue on the roof. We can see just in this area here a little bit of a ghost of it, and that was because there's something going on with the injection molding process where there was like little lumps right in here where the plastic kind of merged together. So we sanded that down, and seems like it is doing okay. And then we also had a little bit of a line on the rear deck lid that we sanded down also. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. It's a very cute little build, and hopefully it won't go it'll go smoothly enough since it's a curbside. And that's I think that gets us all up to date on everything. To comment on why we're doing all this stuff in kind of a hurry flurry is because a friend of ours that had come over on Tuesday last week had contacted us on Thursday and told us that she tested positive for COVID. So we went and got tested on Friday, and we had to wait through the entire weekend for our results, and finally got our results last night, Sunday. We are both negative, which is awesome. Our friend is doing okay still right now. She's going to retest today and find out if she's okay still. She still hasn't had any symptoms, so that's probably a plus. The weird thing is that her husband and son have both tested negative, so we're wondering maybe she has a false positive. I don't know how that's supposed to work. Your opinions are what your opinions are. But for us, we want to make absolutely sure that we are not somebody who's going to be spreading this stuff around. So we do have friends that are seniors, and we do have Linda's father and girlfriend and stuff in town and everything. And then also there's my sister who's supposed to be going in for surgery later this month. We want to make sure that we're healthy for them and that we don't be selfish and pass that stuff around to them by accident. So that's our take on that. So we're sheltering in place. I have a lot of nervous energy. I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying active and painting and stuff like that, because Lord knows I don't want to clean the house. Anyway, y'all, take it easy. Have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.